Okay, this is the 2015 Yamaha FZ-07, my little brother's recent acquisition. Start her up. Very low idle, it feels like. Well, it's showing, it's well warmed up. It's showing between, it's like 1200 RPM. It's not bad. Red lines, it looks like at around 10,000. It's a twin, so I'm coming off an inline 4, so it feels a little different. Let's see what it can do. Let my brother ride my bike. Oh, not a lot up front. Definitely feels, I mean, I've ridden a naked bike, sort of. Like vintage naked bikes. This certainly feels interesting. I'm really close to the bars. My foot shifted a little close. Interesting. Definitely feels like a twin. It's not sluggish in any way. It's 75 horsepower. I think you said it's 50 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I don't know where that comes in, but it's a twin, so it should be fairly linear. Like I said, I'm coming off an inline 4, where the power really all happens at the top. We're in eco mode right now, 4th gear, just putting along happily, doing 80k or so. The wind is very smooth with no windshield. It's certainly a smooth feeling. Oh, this is weird. But it's happy in the corner, that's for sure. Short shifting, absolutely no issue there. It's very smooth. It's a lot smoother of a transmission or a gearbox than what I've got in my Yamaha. I've got an FZ-06 2009, not an FZ-6R. It's interesting. I should pay attention on this road. I like it. It's really wants to lean in. Now they supplied him with Pilot Road 3s, which is a Michelin Road Pilot 3 or however you want to call it. But they supplied him with those brand new stock, which I found interesting. I mean, most bikes I find come with like just a crappy old. They're supposed to be okay tires, but generally I don't get much mileage out of them. I'm really happy. I've got the PR3s on my bike, and I'm really happy with them. So I know my little brother will be. But oh man, so light and flickable, and just this would be a blast to ride in the city. That's for sure. Especially being a twin. Got all the power down low just to get up and go when you want to. On the dash here, we've got trip mileage, what gear I'm in. I really like that, front and center. I wish we had an analog tach. I've complained about this before on the BMW, on my dad's BMW I rode. I like an analog tach. I don't care so much about the speedometer, but an analog tach is really what I would rather have. Not bad. It's got some power. I wonder how the brakes are. Oh, brakes are good too. Now this isn't ABS. I wish it was, and both for my brother's safety and just because I feel like when you're buying a new bike and it doesn't have ABS, you're missing out on something nowadays. This is a 2015 after all. Yeah. I like the I guess you'd call it laminar airflow over my helmet. It's way quieter than my bike. I mean, there's noise, yes, but there's no buffeting because there's no screen to disrupt it. There's no buffeting at all. Now the downside of this is I'm already feeling, I mean, it was a 25-degree day, and already I can feel the temperature difference on this compared to on my bike. So I know this is not a bike that you'd ride late into November or anything, or get out at the start of March or April. This is a bike for fair weather only. Now if they come out with a touring version, that's a completely different story, but we'll have to wait and see. Shifting through the gears, it's very smooth, and I didn't notice much of a clunk going down into first. I was fairly happy with that. I'm gonna have to give it a real go on the power here soon. I'm trying to go up and down. It's only got 500k on it or so he says, which is a lot for my brother to put on actually. He put on 1,000 last year in total, I think. Mirror's not bad. No buzz out of them so far, but I've yet to have it up to highway speeds. Mine, I can't see a thing out of them at highway speeds. Exhaust note, it's alright. I could hear him riding with me a little bit. Could be louder, and I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket options, but it's one of those comes out under the seat deals. You can hear it right now, but when you get on it, it's mainly engine noise I feel like I can hear. So the exhaust could definitely be improved. Brakes, like I said before, feel good to me. They're a wavy disc. I'm gonna have to look at them later and see what we've got for calipers and how many pistons they've got. No issue passing, that's for sure. Right on the power, 140. Brakes, oh yeah. Yeah, the mirrors seem good. I've thought these would shake a little more than your average, being a screw-on type, but they're not bad at all. This road is pretty short, actually. We're gonna have to give it a little bit of a go up here and see what it's got at a first gear. Not bad. Starts to taper off around 165 to 170 range. It's only got 75 horsepower, like I said, so that's to be expected, in my opinion, is that it would taper off a bit. It seems like I've lost my brother. Yeah, really happy, comfortable on this. I love being able to stand up, and there's my front wheel right there. No issues whatsoever. Seeing that, or the visibility I really like, and when you're in the corners you can see everything. You can see everything on your that's your wheels about to hit and all that, which I'm a big fan of. I mean, most fared bikes you can't really see that. You're a little more blind. There's a little more stuff opposing you, but seating position is nice. It's like an upright. My knees don't feel too cramped. I think this would be a great little bike in town, actually. A really wide seat. Compared to my seat, it's pretty hard. That's to be expected with Yamaha for sure. Pretty hard, but whatever. I should pull over somewhere for my brother. Now, if this was the FZ-09, I would have wheelied multiple times back there for sure. I don't know what mode he's got in it. It says eco mode, so I might have to fiddle with it, put it in A mode. If I know how to do that, I'm gonna have to stop and ask him, because I don't actually know how. But it feels quite comfortable. I mean, there's a little more pressure on my neck than usual, and I mean, with the naked bike, that's to be expected. I feel like it would get tiring after a long ride. So I mean, with the naked coolness, you also get some drawbacks. The chill, the wind on your neck, not so much the wind noise, because there's no buffeting really to be had. But the pressure on your neck pulling it back, you're gonna have a strong neck at the end of a season of owning this puppy. Yeah, just cruise along happily, doing a little over 100, between around 4,500 RPM. Seems pretty happy. Very flickable, very light. Suspension hasn't felt too bad. I haven't been really leaned over in any corners so far. But we'll have to see what the suspension actually feels like. I haven't heard too much online about it. And let's see, if I close the throttle, get back on it. No fueling issues. It's a little bit of a jerk, but it's a predictable jerk, it feels like to me. Whereas my brother, when I ride my bike, the fueling on that is terrible, and the FZ-09, the fueling was terrible. But this, it doesn't feel too bad. I feel like I could chop the throttle and I wouldn't kill myself out of it. Oh yeah, this is a long straight section. Alright, let's see what we can... Oh, pops the front wheel up a little bit. Definitely the wind on my face is killing me. Up to 180 is what I got her up to there, heavy on the brakes. Not really a lot of front end dive, I'm happy about that. I hate front end dive, my suspension sucks for it, so this suspension seems sprung pretty well for it. Seems pretty happy, so that's a good thing. I don't actually know how big the tank is, but whatever. A little bit of a power wheelie. Okay, that's my brother's bike, FZ-07. It's 2015. Back from riding it a ways. It looks pretty good. You got the red one. I don't know what the other color combinations are. I think you can get a gray one or something. I like the wave discs, especially on the rear. That's pretty hot looking. And the undertail exhaust, that could be swapped out for something louder. He's already got plans to get rid of the fender that he's got there. It comes out and it really flops around. 75 horsepower. Yet to ride it in the dark, so we don't know anything about that, but definitely a good looking bike. I think the Yamaha could have gone a little bit, well, they've got, if you can see it on here, it's got a decent display. Could have had an analog tach, that would have been nice. But if we cycle through, we've got mileage, which is nice. We've got trip counter, odometer, air temperature, coolant temperature, and that's about it. And I think the gauges really could have been a little bit, or not the gauges, sorry. I really think that the controls could have been a little nicer. I mean, mine's a 2009, and my controls just look a lot nicer in my opinion. There's not even an emergency signal or anything like that. But comfortable to ride. Big wide seat on it. We'll have to see what that's like when he actually gets some kilometers on it. Not much of a pillion pad for his girlfriend, but whatever. Yeah, big wide seat. So we'll have to see what that feels like when he actually takes it for, 300 kilometers at a time or something, if he ever gets up into doing that. But nice looking bike, performs well. When I'm riding it around 140, I start to get a lot of pressure on my chest, and I've really got to fight. My with the grip on the handlebars to hold myself there, and my neck's already a little sore compared to what I do on my bike. But yeah, I like it.